How you doing today? Great, great. Just read the opening chapter of my book, Stell. I hope you enjoy it. And we're about to begin. Okay. Stell, the book. He woke up to the sound of the cell phone ringing. He woke up to the sound of a cell phone ringtone going off, playing Lil Wayne's Twister song with Game Proper. Stirring, stirring around the room, trying to piece together the events from last night that led him to the bed he was in and the beautiful woman he was lying next to. Still feeling a mix of Grey Goose and triple stack naked lady ecstasy pill he had taken before he had left earlier that evening. His nose still raw from snorting, with liquid running down his nostril from his nose to his lip. He wiped it off while looking at the beautiful woman lying in the bed between a set of lavender silk sheets with the matching lingerie set. Her body was black as midnight itself, and she had an hourglass shape. Her hair cut in a short hairstyle, cut then the bottom part of her neck. Her hair black with blue highlights. As he looked her over, he began to remember a little more of what took place last night at the club. He was still solo last night when he arrived at the club. He was wearing a Shine John button up with the bold print across the back and a pair of red monkey jeans and some checkered black gray Tim boots. The bravado watch he was wearing danced with colors from the diamonds that outlined the watch as he threw his hand up at some of his homies he seen at the picture standing there getting their photograph taken at the picture booth. They motioned him over to be in the picture with them, but he declined. He didn't believe taking pictures. He was smarter than that. The type of lifestyle he lived, pictures could get him caught up in somebody else's trouble. He preferred to remain low key. That was the style. He made his way to the bar and ordered a Grey Goose with a splash of cranberry juice just for the color. As he sipped his drink, he looked around the club and checking out the booty count of the club. The music was playing loud and crystal clear. The song Lean With It, Rock With It was playing. As he began to lean with it and rock with it, the triple stack naked lady ecstasy pill he took earlier was starting to kick in. So he relaxed and started getting into the music, putting all his expressions on the dance he was doing. That's when he noticed her. She was about 5'4", with the blackest, smoothest skin he had ever seen. She had on a marble gray and white baby fat mini skirt, some black stilettos, and the prettiest manicured toes painted blue, matching the highlights of her hair. Her hands, she had manicured as well. She had the prettiest smile one woman could ever have as she danced to the song playing, that ass shook oh so right to the beat. As he made his way over to the area where she was dancing, she noticed him, and the DJ began making. They both started dancing together as each other. They both started dancing to the song, not missing a beat. They were totally in sync, one body to the beat. He went low, she went high as they danced and paused. After about 2 more mixed songs, he decided to take a break and get another drink. He asked her if she wanted another drink. She accepted his offer. As they made their way to the bar, she noticed he was nice. He was a nicely built man, well dressed, well groomed, soft spoken, but well known also. As they passed through the crowd, other hustlers, men and women, called his name. He gave them handshakes and head nods, making his way through the crowded club toward the bar with her. She heard a woman call out, "Boogie, you ain't shit." He just looked her way and gave her a smile, showing his platinum and diamond snatch out grill. Finally, they made their way to the bar. He asked her what she was drinking, and she said she had been drinking Sex on the Beach. So he smiled and ordered a Sex on the Beach and a Grey Goose. And then the bartender finished his sentence by saying, with just a splash of cranberry juice. He looks at the bartender with a nod of approval, and the woman he was with looking at him with a sign of impression. Boogie then introduced himself, saying, "My name is Boogie." And the woman he was with said, "I know, I heard that chicken head call your name. And I also heard her say you wasn't shit." Boogie just smiled softly and said, "She just hating because don't nobody want to be with her ass." Then Boogie asked, "And your name is?" And the woman replied, "My name is Anita." Then Anita said, "Boogie, you are sweaty. Are you rolling?" And Boogie just shook his head and said, "Yes, I might be." And Anita said, "I want to roll too." Boogie then reached in his pocket and pulled out a small baggie and opened the baggie, which contained about 35 to 40 pills. Then Boogie reached in the baggie and pulled out four ecstasy pills and told Anita to open her mouth. He then placed two pills in her mouth. The two they chased the pills down with the drinks he had ordered, and the DJ started scratching and came in with Bun B's Free Pimp C. Anita and Boogie headed to the dance floor. The dance floor became so packed, and Boogie and Anita danced a few more songs, then became separated, dancing with other people. As the club came to a close, Boogie and Anita found their way back to each other and found a table to sit at. Then Anita said, "What are you doing after the club?" Both of them feeling the effects of the pills and alcohol. Anita gave Boogie a gaze down his arm. Boogie gives Anita a rub on her thigh, and Anita said, "Why don't you come by my house? I've got some barbecue I made last night, and I can match you a blunt or two." Boogie said, "That'll be cool." And Anita grabbed Boogie by the hand, and they made their way out of the club. Once they made it out of the club, Anita asked Boogie where he was parked, and Boogie pressed the button on his key ring, and the alarm went off, and the lights blinked off and on. A 1968 white on white drop top Cadillac sitting on some chrome Ashantis. Stunning a bit, Boogie then asked Anita where she was parked. Anita pressed her button on her key ring. The alarm went off and the lights blinked off and on a powder blue GMC Denali sitting on some chrome 18-inch blades. They walked to Boogie's old school 68 drop top caddy. Boogie walked to the passenger side of his drop top and opened the door for Anita. And when she looked inside of Boogie's car, he had the interior redone. It was white crushed leather diamond cuts through the seats and the dashboard and roof. Everything was digital inside. Anita got in Boogie's car and the seats were soft, she thought. Boogie walked over to the other side of the car, got in and cut the car on, then turned on the music. Boogie was playing the DJ World Master P No Limit mix. As the mix started, Boogie let the top down on the drop top caddy. The parking lot was filled with sounds of his music. Bitches busting me low. I'm hitting hard like blow. I'm hitting hard like bow. Niggas on the scope. Got your hoe on the scope. Bitches watching me, jocking me. Niggas spotting me, watching me. Cause I'm the hardest motherfucker out here rocking. I got the gang shades. Got the hoes on the rays. Watching niggas get paid. Boogie then whipped his caddy to the left, showing all the chrome assassin rims. Then he hit the gas lightly, pulling out of the parking lot space. Then he made a hard right and proceeded throughout the parking lot to Anita's powder blue of Denali. Anita then got out Boogie's drop top caddy, unlocked the GMC Denali, and once she was in, she turned up her music and followed Boogie out the parking lot, making a left down Michigan Road heading towards the east side, East 38th Street. A line of cars followed them, whipping and swerving in the fashion of the city of Indianapolis urban community. Once they reached the East 38th Street, the cars stopped at the light. You could hear the sounds of pounding music coming from all the cars playing different music. They couldn't make it out. They couldn't make out the words. You could just hear the rumbling of bass coming from all the cars at the light. When the light turned green, Anita made the first whip, made the turn, whipping her Denali to the right and hard to the left. Boogie followed doing the same thing, and the rest of the cars and trucks and SUVs followed doing the same thing, showing off their paint jobs and rims. Once Anita reached 38th Capitol Avenue, she pulled into the Shell's gas station to let Boogie catch up. She also needed to grab extra cigarillos. When she was leaving out the gas station, she saw Boogie parked bumping his music. Anita went to get to her Denali. She began dancing to the music that she heard coming from Boogie's drop caddy. He was playing a mix, T-Pain's I'm in Love with a Stripper. So Anita started dancing like a stripper as she got to her Denali, stopping traffic. Boogie then whipped his drop 68 caddy in the middle of Capitol Avenue, showing off the white marble flip-flop paint job and letting Anita pull out from him. She headed east on 38th Street. Boogie followed. They finally made it to Anita's house. She stayed out on German Church Road in the new housing addition that was to be the next projects in the next 10 years. Anita got out her Denali. Boogie watched Anita's sexy bow legs, perfectly round ass walk through the door. She then looked back at to see if he was watching her, and he was. Anita started smiling and motioned him to come on. Boogie then locked up his car and proceeded behind Anita when she all of a sudden told him to wait at the door. Boogie did as Anita requested, grabbing his Mil 40 Glock cab, all black handgun, and put it behind his back. When Anita appeared with an all white half Akita, half wolf with green eyes. But it was something different about the dog. It made no noise as it barked. Anita said, "That's my baby Midnight. I hope you don't mind waiting at the door while I put up my baby." Boogie said, "I don't mind as long as you don't mind if I bring my baby in," and showed her the 40 caliber Glock handgun. Anita said, "Boy, boo, ain't nobody scared of that gun. and walked midnight to his cage. Then Anita said, "You can come in," yelling through the house. Boogie still waited until Anita returned before he entered her house. Anita said, "Are you coming?" playfully, as she held the door open for Boogie to enter. As he walked in Anita's house, looked around the living room and said, "You have a nice house." Anita's house was decorated in a modern African theme with various statues on her wall, and her carpet was an earth tone with a 92-inch plasma screen and a full surround sound entertainment center. As Boogie sat down on her earth brown leather couch, he brought a bag of light green drove weed out of his pocket and a Swisher Sweet strawberry cigarillo box and began to break open the cigarillos. He then said, "Do you have anywhere I can dump this?" talking about the inside of the Swisher. Anita brought Boogie the plastic bag from the gas station she had and said, and he said, "Thanks." Anita went back to the kitchen and opened the refrigerator and pulled out some barbecue ribs and chicken. Then asked Boogie, "Do you eat pork?" And Boogie responded, "No, thanks for asking." Anita then said, "Well, I've got steak, chicken. Which one do you want?" And Boogie said, "Chicken with some was fine with me." So Anita fixed 2 plates of barbecue chicken and collard greens and barbecue baked beans and put them in the microwave to heat up. After that, she went to the couch, sat next to Boogie, and reached under the couch and pulled out a Swisser sweet box, opened it, and it was full of blueberry drool. Anita held the box and nose, then pulled out a long, fat, sticky bud and laid it on the table for him to roll up. She then reached for her purse and pulled out the pack of cigarillos and tossed them over to Boogie. He began to roll up the blueberry drawer as well. The microwave beeped and Nita got up to get the food when Boogie said, "Damn, you fine as hell." Anita just smiled and said thank you as she walked towards the kitchen. An old school slow jam CD of Function started playing, Love Strain. As they ate, Anita and Boogie exchanged pleasant conversation, getting to know each other. When they were finished, Anita took the plates in the kitchen and placed the dirty dishes in the dishwasher and returned to the living room where Boogie fired up the first cigarillo. He took a pull and passed it to Anita. As she exhaled, she began to cough lightly, and Anita did the same thing, passing it back to Boogie. Boogie then said, "What you know about this old school music?" Anita reached for the remote control, leaning over Boogie's lap, feeling his erection on her stomach and breast. Then she laid on his lap, changing the music to the Isley Brothers, "Let Me Know." Boogie then began to run his fingers through Anita's hair, slightly pushing her head towards his lap. Anita lowered her head, lowered her breast on Boogie's stiffness, and Boogie let out a sigh, a moan, and Anita raised up and asked Boogie if he wanted to see the rest of the house, starting with the bedroom. Boogie just stared at Anita before he could respond. Anita said, "Wait right here, I'll be right back." And Boogie said, "Okay." Anita got up and went to the other room, and Boogie thought she had to use the bathroom. So while he waited on her, he relit the cigarette on and smoked some. More of the dough he rolled up. When Anita returned, she was wearing a lavender two-piece Victoria's Secret thong and plenty bra set. Boogie was dazed and let him stare. Anita let him stare at her for moments, then said, "Boo," and Boogie blinked his eyes to make sure he was seeing what he thought he was seeing. Anita then straddled Boogie, and they began a French kiss. as Boogie caressed Anita's soft ass in his lap. Then Anita raised up Boogie's lap and reached for his hand, and he gave her his hand, and she led him to the bedroom. That was the first 5 pages of my book. Tomorrow I'm going to do 5 more pages. So Anita and Boogie met each other at the club, popped some X pills, went to her crib, ate, and now they gonna get busy. Tomorrow I'll start with the rest of chapter 1. I'm gonna go watch the game right now. I'm watching Golden State and Houston, and the game's on. Gotta go. More later. Peace.